Few names in Marvel's Rogues Gallery evoke the same blend of Halloween horror and violent unpredictability as Jack-o'-lantern. But unlike many villains with a single identity, Jack-o'-lantern is a mantle, an alias passed from one madman to another, each bringing their own brand of brutality to the Marvel Universe. Clad in a pumpkin-headed helmet, armed with high-tech weaponry, and often riding a bat-shaped glider, Jack-o'-lantern is as visually iconic as he is deadly. Over the decades, several individuals have taken up the name, most frequently as enemies of Spider-Man, Captain America, and other street-level heroes. The first Jack-o'-lantern, Jason Masondale, debuted in Machine Man 19, 1981, created by writer Tom DeFalco and artist Steve Ditko. A former CIA agent turned mercenary, Masondale donned the flaming pumpkin head and became a frequent antagonist of Spider-Man. He was skilled in espionage, hand-to-hand combat, and gadget-based warfare. Seeking greater power, Masondale eventually made a deal with a demon to enhance his abilities. Ironically, this corrupted him further and led him to adopt a new identity as the Hobgoblin after killing the original. Masondale's shift from Jack-o'-lantern to Hobgoblin marked a turning point, but the Jack-o'-lantern persona didn't vanish. Others soon took up the identity. One of the most violent successors was Stephen Mark Levins, who debuted in Captain America 396, 1992. Levins embraced the terrifying sadistic elements of the costume, turning the pumpkin-headed villain into a full-blown killer. He had no aspirations of grandeur, just chaos. He often worked with the Skeleton Crew, and later died during a clash with the Punisher, only to be resurrected during the Dark Reign storyline. In the early 2000s and beyond, the identity continued to evolve. Another, more deranged Jack-o'-lantern appeared in Venom Volume 2 No. 1, 2011, where the character was reinvented by Rick Remender as a psychotic killer trained from childhood by a crime cartel. This version of Jack-o'-lantern, whose real name remains unrevealed, terrorized Flash Thompson's Agent Venom and was known for planting bombs, mutilating victims, and delivering grotesque Halloween-themed death traps. This iteration was less of a mercenary and more of a slasher villain with a rocket launcher. Throughout his appearances, Jack-o'-lantern has remained thematically consistent. His flaming pumpkin helmet, eerie cackle, and penchant for explosives make him a symbol of chaos and seasonal dread. His weapons include pumpkin bombs, similar to the Green Goblin's, scythes, smoke, flame projectors, and an array of high-tech gear. He also often uses a glider or hovercraft shaped like a bat or broomstick, cementing his role as a Halloween nightmare brought to life. Jack-o'-lantern has clashed with a wide array of heroes: Spider-Man, Captain America, Moon Knight, Deadpool, Ghost Rider, and the Punisher. He rarely operates as part of an organized villain team, though he's been associated with groups like the Thunderbolts, Sinister Six, and Norman Osborn's criminal networks. His unpredictability and violence often put him at odds with other villains just as much as with superheroes. In alternate universes and what-if stories, Jack-o'-lantern is often portrayed as an even more grotesque figure, sometimes a literal undead pumpkin-headed demon. This plays into the visual and psychological horror that defines the character's legacy, a villain who wears Halloween on his face and spreads terror with every step. Despite never achieving A-list villain status, Jack-o'-lantern endures because he's a perfect mixture of horror, theatrics, and relentless menace. Whether portrayed as a mercenary, a madman, or a demonic killer, the flaming pumpkinhead is always a sign that something wicked this way comes. With Marvel diving deeper into supernatural and horror-themed content, Jack-o'-lantern feels ripe for a terrifying reinvention, perhaps in Midnight Suns, a Halloween special, or even the MCU's darker corners. He's not a legend, he's a legacy, and he always comes back.